ingredients applied, and grease bless each port. Diagnostic prayers report, circuits blessed, spirits sing, perfect function processing. Perfect function means.
Alright, greetings warlords, I'm Interrogator Rosariwas, Atasate Lady Quizarmarkum of the Order Herticus, and welcome to Q and Painting Minis. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasting from the Hive of the Virago. The theme for the stream is Chords Lament by the Venerable Lydia Bell. We also have music from Wymo 40K Mechanicus, composed by Guillaume David and copyrighted by Boardwalk Studios, and music from Wymo 40K Dark Tide, which is composed by Jesper Kid and copyrighted by Fat Shark Games. All of the music is provided to us by ende.app and pixabay.com. And today we're continuing to paint the Tzeentch Marine. Sure, I can see him on my camera here. Yeah, there he is. He is looking pretty snazzy. And yeah, just so you know, don't forget to use your channel points, or imperiales as they're called now, for all kinds of fun rewards, to include changing my outfit. We got 4 to choose from, which is the Interrogator uniform. Actually, 5 to choose from, which is the Interrogator uniform, the Mechanicus protocols, the vampiric form, the Xenos life form, and the new shifter guise, which might go to explain why I'm able to change my appearance with your use of imperiales. And remember that everything that you see here is not professional. We are just painting for fun. And I have several, also, I do have some YouTube videos planned. Be sure to check those out. Still working on the editing process, but it should be out hopefully by next week. And it's the next Rosario Rant. We already have several people on the chat. We have Original Chaos Hunter saying, greetings, Agent Rivas. How you doing, Chaos Hunter? How you been? And we have the God Emperor Man saying, greetings, God Emperor. Hope all is well. And we have Lord Inquisitor Callahan saying, Salve Imperator Interrogator. Yeah, how you doing, Lord Inquisitor? And Explicator Valeria saying hello. How are all of you doing today? Thank you very much for coming. And like I said, if you'd like to check out the new outfit that I have, make sure to use those channel points. I've also made it a little cheaper. It used to be about 5,000 points. I've knocked it down all the way down to 1,500 to make it easier for you if you want to see the new outfits. So again, check those out when you get the chance. Anyway, let's get started. Where were we? Yes, so we have completely painted the blue parts of the armor. He looks really good. I like the way it's coming out. And we started painting the gold. So we're going to continue with the gold, the non-metallic metal gold. I make sure I didn't miss any parts that need to be golden. It doesn't look like it, so we should be good to move on. So, next up on the list, let me look at my recipe here. Next up should be XV88. And then we have Chaos Hunter saying, "Well enough. Hope you're also doing well." Yes, I'm doing pretty good. Been working really hard to make sure I get this new rant for you, Varlets, and I'm excited for it. I'll give you guys a sneak peek, but I'll be talking about Trench Crusade. I know that's something many of you have asked me about in the past, and I figured I'd finally give my whole thought process on that game. But what has everybody been up to? Okay, so we'll be using XV88. I will be staying with my size 3 grabby. Well, Inquisitor Kellyanne says, "I'm doing fine, just having to finish all this paperwork. My crew is helping as much as they can." Ah, okay, well, hey, good luck. What's the paperwork regarding? Anything that you can declassify for us? Gotta be very careful. I feel like non-metallic metal is the technique that you'll learn to really get a good handle on surface colors and areas and all that jazz. It really does help kind of mapping the model for yourself. I absolutely love this technique. And we can already see what a difference that makes, just doing that. But yeah, again, if you are curious, I have made a couple of updates. I have recently added what is now called the Shifter Guise, which is a new outfit. And I have renamed the channel points into Imperiales. So yeah, just a couple updates there for you varlets. Alright, Chaos Hunter has just redeemed the Shifter Guide, so let's go ahead and show you what the new outfit is. Hopefully varlets like it. And yes, this is my Shifter Guise, aka my Calidus Assassin outfit. And Esquilibraria says, I have been out on a few errands, mostly for recap. Woo, okay, I'm guessing for the Lord Inquisitor himself, right? Man, hopefully you artists like the new outfit. I worked on it quite a bit. Otoshi saying for the Emperor. How you doing, Otoshi? How you been? Most definitely for the Emperor. And Chaos Hunter says, mission ready. Otoshi says, how are you, my friend? Everything alright? Yeah, we're doing really good. As you can see, we have a new outfit that I'm showing off today. It is what I call my Shifter Guise. And we have Coffee and Hobby saying, hey, you popped up in my feed. Always cool to see other small mini painting creators. How are you? I'm doing well, and welcome, Coffee and Hobby. I'm Interrogator Rosarios at Tzeentch Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and we're currently painting my Tzeentch Marine. Trying to do some non-metallic metal. Just started adding some XV88, but I'm doing very well. Currently, I have a few things on the docket for projects. Aside from this, I'm also working on my next Recital Rant, aka my opinion videos. I release one every month. Usually it's midway through the month, but this month has been a little busy, so I'm hoping to have it done by next week. Fingers crossed, please pray to the Emperor, which I think he's hanging around, that I can get that done quickly enough. But yeah, welcome. What kind of hobbies do you engage with? It says, you see, it's cool to see other small miniature painters. What do you paint miniatures also? And if so, what do you paint? And we have the God Emperor Man saying, sup. Yes, the God Emperor of Man follows my humble little channel. Otochi says, I'm doing well too. Glad you're okay. By the way, this skin looks really cool on you. I love the hairstyle and the eyeshadow. It's awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to definitely keep the aesthetics of the Calidus Assassin. So that's why I have the red eyeshadow, because if you notice, the Calidus Assassin has like red lenses on the over the eyes in their mask. But of course, we're doing without masks, so I wanted to show that somehow. Hence the eyeshadow. And again, the Calidus Assassin usually has reddish hair, so I went with this sort of dark reddish brown that I have on. And of course, since I love the Mechanicus and all things, and they always have a skull on their chest, I figured I'd go with Mechanicus cog symbol with the skull on it. Lord Inquisitor Callahan says that Ty signed off relocating Inquisitorial assets, signing off on which plants get glassed, and other stuff. Oh, and special experiments that would have me be referred in the past tense. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you're still in the present tense. And Ifigataburia says, and the crew, the administratum, really knows how to bog down people with bureaucratic red tape that would make the Lord Renan seethe with rage. Yes, I am well acquainted with the administratum and their ways. And I only pity you, Lord Inquisitor, which because it means more paperwork for you. People think that with great power comes less responsibility, and that is not entirely true. With great power comes more paperwork. And Coffee and Hobby says, I actually just finished 3 projects, one of which has to be my, okay, let me rephrase that. One of which has its full video uploaded and scheduled to come out tomorrow. Ooh, very cool. And then we have the Minuteman saying, sup, welcome Minuteman. First time chatter, I'm Interrogator Rosarios at Aceite Lady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and I'm currently painting the Tzeentch Marine. Currently doing some non-metallic metal, but welcome, welcome. What brings you by? Coffee and Hobby says, a trans flag colored no lector. Ooh, that's a lot of very bright colors. It should be interesting to see, especially the brainy part. I wonder if you painted that part pink or if you went with a different color. I'm actually very interested to check it out. Coffee and Hobby says, the other 2 were, an Armiger Warglaive and a Buff Pup themed Space Wolves Dreadnought. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, just let me, if you have, an Instagram page that you post all your stuff, I'll definitely, check out the pictures. And I'll have to check out your channel. It should be a lot of fun. The Minuteman saying, Warhammer. Okay, cool. So you're a Warhammer fan. Do you have a favorite army? And Otoshi says, it turned out great. Really cool idea. And your painting is very good. It's impossible not to notice that the quality of your painting has improved a lot over time, my friend. I'm happy for you. Oh, wow. Thank you, Otoshi. Very glad that you like the quality. It's always good to see that I've made some progress. I look at some of the old videos, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely my paint is getting a little bit better. Though I still want to work more on my non-metallic. That's still quite the laborious task, so I try to get it done as much as I can. And Silent, the Minuteman says, the Silent King always comes back and haunts me into building an empire, totally. Empire tot? I'm not sure what you mean. So, and then Thaddeus says, love the new outfit. Do you have to assassinate someone right after the stream? I have to, infiltrate, a heretical cult, so yeah, you might have to say I have some work I gotta do later. But welcome, Thaddeus. Always happy to see you. And Goddard Man says that I am still working on my special project that is not the Imperial Webway. Okay. Coffee New Hobby says, Dreadnought, I kitbash to be one of her mod, Zapshot. Basically, I gave it a giant screaming beard head and made a red ball cap for it. Oh, Chords had to put a dead orc on the base. I'll have to check that out. That sounds like a very fun piece. I think Coffee and Hobby corrected themselves, saying bird head. Bird head. Oh, screaming bird head. Okay, not beard head. Though a beard head would be pretty funny. Gallagher Man says, I want to repair that, but the Grey Knights would notice and try to move, as it requires my undivided, not chaos attention, and those Silver Knights would make it impossible for me to focus. You're gonna have to rescind that Terminus decree. Not sure if what I'm doing there is actually visible or not. Because this seems to be like a pot surface. Might have to use some, what's it called, wash to try to really make that clear there. And Coffee and Hobby says, I call myself the crazy bearded coffee addicted mini painter of YouTube for a reason, and not just because I can down 3 plus times the recommended daily limit of caffeine and still sleep fine. Looks good so far. Thank you. Yeah, that doesn't sound healthy. And then we have someone who's new here, claiming as much as saying, hi guys, new here. And the name is guy over there, 8823. Welcome, welcome. That guy over there. I am Interrogator Rosarios, Atassatum Inquisitor Marco of the Order Hereticus, and I'm currently painting my Tzeentch Marine. Currently doing some non-metallic metal. What brings you by? Thank you for coming, by the way. Hey, Otoshi says, hey, welcome, brother. And then that guy over there says, rather radical, the algorithm become, so I answered. Oh, beckoned. There we go, beckoned. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Do you like Warhammer? And if so, what is your favorite army? And Anatosh says you came at a good time. We serve barbecue and beer on Thursdays here. Yeah, you'll have to ask Watoshi about how to get your hands on that barbecue and beer. And we have Necronomicon en el chat diciendo, hey, ese outfit es nuevo. Ese outfit es nuevo. Qué bonito. Ah, me alegra que te gusta. Sí, este es mi nuevo atuendo. Se llama Shifter Guys. Está basado sobre los asesinos de Cálidos. And we have Necronomicon on the chat saying, hey, is that a new outfit? Very pretty. And I'm like, thank you, thank you. It is actually my Shifter Guys outfit. It's based on the Calidus assassin. But for those of you who don't know, Necronomicon is quite the prolific artist. I'm gonna go ahead and link his Instagram. Here, just give me a second. Pero ¿cómo estás, Necronomicon? ¿Tanto tiempo? All right, that is his Instagram page. Go ahead and check it out if you like. And then that guy says, yeah, a big fan of the, I'm doing yeah, big fan. I'm doing Astra Militarum with a hell of amount of Imperial Ages added in. Woo, very cool. I've been considering doing something like that because I want to make an army that's representative of Inquisitor Malcolm. And so far, the rules that I see for the Imperial Agents Inquisition army allow me to actually have a psyker leading the army itself. And I want to represent her more as a psyker than as Inquisitor, because she's more based on her psychic abilities or psyker abilities. Necronomicon dice, estaba procrastinando un poco. Ah, no te preocupes, vine a saludar. Pues, gracias por venir. Necronomicon says, I've been procrastinating a little bit. I came to say hello. And that guy there says, I don't speak Spanish, but I like to hear it. Hey, this is a Duolingo. Oh, sorry, not Duolingo. Bilingual. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Bilingual. Bilingual stream. So if somebody speaks to me in Spanish, I will speak back to them in Spanish. I know a little bit of Japanese, so bear with me there. But yeah, I speak English, Spanish, Japanese. 少しだけ. So, Toshi earlier to Necronomicon bonito, ¿verdad? Me alegra que te guste. Alright, back to the mini. So she says, I've never practiced Japanese with you. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I was around a lot of Japanese speakers back in, what was it, 2007? So I had to learn quick. And that guy over there says, by the way, is this Tzeentch CSM? Yes, it is. This is a kit bash that I put together using a head of a Nurgle Plate Marine for the head, because I wanted to look similar to my other Chaos Space Marine, which is my kit bash of Village at Cursling. And see how he's got that big blade on his right shoulder? Well, since this one has a big blade on his helmet, I figured that'd be the perfect helmet to pair with Village at Cursling. And the body is primarily from the Chaos Space Marines box set, but the main change is that I changed the chest piece. The chest piece is actually from the Age of Sigmar Blood Warriors of Khorne. I thought that would work really well with the more medieval look that Village has. And then that guy over there says, "Oh my lord, he's gorgeous." Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I'm very proud of my Village Cursling kit bash. Otochi says, I don't think I've ever mentioned this to you, Rivas, but the region where I live is near what's considered the second largest Japanese colony outside Japan. Did you know? Oh, okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, there's a very big Japanese contingency over in Brazil. If I remember that correctly. So, does that mean you're Brazilian? Is that where you live? Otochi says, that's it, you're in the know. Wow, yeah, I've actually heard that. Like I said, I've been to a region that also has a lot of Japanese people, a lot of Japanese speakers, and I found out that, yeah, there's actually a lot of Japanese Brazilians, but there's also a lot of Japanese, if I remember correctly, Peruvians, which I was completely not aware of. I will look in here. We have swamp crabs. I hadn't seen you in a while. Saying hello, hello. How you doing, swamp crabs? Been a while. What you been up to? Hope all is well. And we have Hecaton saying good morning. Hey, good morning, Hecaton. If you do like your miniature painting, Hecaton is another miniature painter. Let's go ahead and give him a shout out today. He mostly works on Conquest, so if you like the game Conquest, definitely give him a look. Okay, then Hecaton says, howdy everyone. Yeah, howdy. How are you doing this morning? And Atoshi says, hey Swamp. And Coffee and Hobby says, hey Swamp Crabs, cool to see in someone else's stream. And Swamp Crab says, it has been I've been busy learning 11th and trying to paint everything I have. Woo, what are you painting? And then Coffee and Hobby says, varnish dried on the Dreadnought, so I added the blood effect. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out your channel when I get the chance. You gotta remember, Coffee and Hobby. Hecaton says, just waking up. Well, make sure to grab some coffee. And Hecaton says, so you consider getting some old Chaos Warrior models or bits to do a hodgepodge mix of these Marines. I haven't found any of the old Chaos Warrior stuff. I think I have I think I do have some old one. Never mind. But it's very minimal pieces. I think I got a helmet there. I got a shoulder, like an arm with a halberd. Maybe I could do something with that. I'll have to check and see. And they have coffee, and hubby says mac and cheese Marines. Okay, paint dried. Stormcraft says 2,000 points of Dark Angels. Just finished 5 Hellblasters now. I need to do 5 Deathwing Knights tonight. Oh, wow, that's a lot of painting. You gonna knock that all tonight? At least the 5 ones tonight? And Heckaton says you can probably grab some old Corn Berserkers, Emperor's Children body, and even some Death Guard parts, and do mix that way. I mean, it's kind of a mix there. Like I said, I have Death Guard there, and I do have Corn Blood Warrior for the chest piece. So there is a bit of mixing and matching here. But for the other one, I already have the model that's gonna go with it. I've actually shown it off, at least on my Instagram page. I'll have to pull it up so I can show you that I'm very happy with the models that I currently have. They look great. Hey, Swampcrafts, hold on. Heckaton says, hello, hello, how you doing, Rex Getzeswar? How you been? Heckaton says, 5 Death Knights, which one are those now? 5 Death Knights? Oh, I think you mean, you're talking to, Swampcrafts there. I unfortunately missed the last stream. Had to help. Okay, Coffee Hobby says, I unfortunately missed Swamp's last stream. Had to help my folks move stuff. Ah, okay. I hate moving. I hate moving so much. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Heckaton says, it does look like you have a Tau Stosu power pack for the model. This is, well, if you're talking to me, this is the Chaos Heavy Bolter power pack. And then Viva says, I'm sorry, Otoshi says, viewers, I need to go earlier today. Have a good night and happy painting. Hugs, chat. Hey, thank you for coming, Otoshi. You take care, okay? And Swampcraft says, love the new model, by the way, Rosa. Thank you, thank you. This is my new, what I call my shifter guys. It's one of my selectable outfits, which you can get using the Imperiales or channel points, as they're now called, in Discord. So, yeah. Sorry, not Discord. In Twitch. So if you check out Twitch and you're watching there, you'll accumulate channel points or Imperiales. And after a certain amount, you can use them for all kinds of fun rewards. And this is one of them. This is my latest one. And it's based off of the Calidus Assassins. Coffee Hobby says, I have some plans for stuff to paint. Destroyer is next on the docket of channel projects. I do want to grab a dragon I've been promising to paint up for my mom. Ooh. Is that for like our birthday? Coffee Hobby says it will be a birthday present. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Hola, now. Oh, let's talk about your channel now, and I haven't checked it out yet. Let me go ahead and check it out real quick before I forget. Coffee and hobby. I'm gonna ride. Okay, so I just subscribed to Coffee and Hobby and look forward to seeing what future projects you got in store. Alright. So far we have that. I get in sell hells right now. I'm trying to figure out how to brighten up some Kappa warriors. Brighten them how? I had coffee. Hobby says this past couple of years has been a bit chaotic for my family with the deaths of my grandma, my mother's cancer diagnosis, and the move. It's been a good distraction to paint minis and do channel stuff. Oh, I bet. That sounds terrible. I'm very sorry. Definitely my condolences on all that. Really. Coffee Hobby says, what's funny is that I almost instantly vibe with you and subscribe when I got here. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Glad you're liking the vibe. Yeah, I stream twice a week, should I say. Every week, twice a week. Thursdays are my painting streams, and Sundays are my gaming streams. Currently, we're playing Grand Blue Fantasy.
Ratus sum Deus meus, pro pulchritude et structura rosaris. Sed internum solum te volo, propria voce mea. Gratias tibia Domine Deus meus, pro omnibus
Onecraft says Rosa's an awesome channel. I highly recommend them. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like the channel, Swan. I still gotta paint that kitbash I put together for the white scars. I'm kind of saving them so far, but that is something I still have to do. Might be next. We'll see. Smokecraft says, are they still out of stock? No, they're not. I got them. I finished them already. Hold on. If you don't remember, because I thought I sent you pictures, but hold on. I'll be right back. I just gotta grab them from my shelf. Okay, hold on. Are we back? Okay, so yeah, Swampcrafts. Here he is. I have completed him. Coffee Hobby said they may be trying to rebuild stock before relisting them. And then the Coffee Hobby said, might not expect the popularity. Well, these are great. I absolutely love these Vanguard Paladors. They're so cool. Rescus is fortunate. You want to add color to the horn head? The head seems really blue and it all blends into me. If not, that's fine. It's your army, not mine. No, I do plan to give him some color. The horn will definitely be non-metallic metal, but more of standard metal, like a iron or a what's it called? Iron or steel. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. So I will be painting more of that. So it will be more noticeable once I start adding some non-metallics on there. And Negdorko puts out a little emoji. And Hackathon says, what on earth is that mini? This is a Vanguard Palador kitbashed into being a White Scar. I gave him the sniper rifle bolt pistol or bolt gun. Yeah, it's a bolter, sorry. I forget what the name of it is. But I gave him that rifle. I gave him one of the Atlan heads. Atlan Rough Riders, I think that's what they're called. And I gave him one of the shoulder pauldrons for Grey Tide Studios and their what are they called? The Wolfhounds or Grey Wolf? It's pretty much the Space Wolves line that they have. Also, the backpack is also from that same line. And here we go. Where am I? It's been a bit of mess. Okay, here we go. Hackathon says Death Rider? I guess you could say the Death Rider. And Rex Safar says, oh, that is a cool model. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud of this one. I might make the whole team, because there's still more Vanguard Paladors that I have there. And I still have more of these rifles from, again, Swampcraft is actually the one who sent me the rifle. So I was able to put it together thanks to him. Thank you very much for that. And Game Maniac says, I'm still painting my mini for competition. Oh, nice. And welcome back, Game Maniac. How you been? Swapcraft says last fuel rifle. I guess that's what it's called. Coffee Hobby says bolt rifle. It's a sniper rifle that Space Marines have. It's the what is it? The Eradicators. I think I have it. Pretty much the Space Marines that are not scouts. Yeah, because I wanted to capture that whole Mongolian. They were great. They were great archers on horseback, and I wanted to capture that idea. And I felt a regular bolt gun would not do the idea justice. So I went with the sniper rifle ones. And then that guy over there says, yeah, the last fusel. Okay, last fusel then. And that guy over there says, look, the mag was clipped off the... No, it wasn't. Here, he had... because there's the clip right there. T. It's like there. What I clipped off was the hand, because he had a hand here on this rifle. He was holding it with two hands. That's what I clipped off. Coffee and Hobby says check the Warhammer site, either a melter rifle or a heavy melter rifle. It is from the Eradicator's kit. And then that guy over there says, oh, it's the part that hooks to the battery pack. I don't remember there being any kind of like cabling, but I don't know. I didn't have the model. I think it was Swampcraft who had the model. He just gave me the rifles. And Swampcraft says, yes, it does. I think it was just a random bit in the kit. Coffee and Hobby says I have a crud ton of random bits, both from GW and non-GW stuff. I also keep all my sprues. Oh yeah, you're trying to make some sprue glue? That's something I plan to make at some point. I haven't made any yet, but... I'll be honest, I'm a little overwhelmed by all the trim. That guy over there says, yeah, it's a battery pack that goes on the hip. It's so cute. And then that guy over there says, is it cute to use... Is cute the right word to use for Space Marines? And Swampcraft says yes. I mean, you'd be surprised. I know there's like a lot of artists out there who cutify the Space Marines. Swampcraft says, I must go now. I know your stream on YouTube. I'll pop in more. Oh yeah, yeah, I started streaming on YouTube not too long though. I would say within the last 2 months, maybe. Yeah. So, but I'm glad people are liking it and people are finding it easier to get on there. I'm perfectly fine dual streaming. But thank you for coming, Swamp Crafts. Hope to see you again on Sunday. Coffee Hobby says I have a pot ready, just need acetone. Also, sprues have many basing uses. Also, I occasionally concoct ways to make different things. Oh, like what? Coffee Hobby says I made my recent turntable for minis out of sprue, the bottom of a cookie bucket, and some wood. Oh wow! That actually sounds very ingenious. I am already loving how he's looking. Coffee Hobby says I'm an inventive and rather insane man. I think you have to be in order to get into Warhammer in the first place. And Coffee Hobby says looks awesome. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I'm always fighting the brush. Coffee Hobby says, gotta go, starting to get tired. See you next time. Hey, thank you for coming, Coffee Hobby. Very fun to talk to you. I hope you have a good night. Sleep well. And I'll see you next time. And Rex gets as far says, "Am I the only one in the YouTube chat? I must come up with questions to keep my missing chap's memory alive." I'm guessing to mean keep. Keep, yeah, keep, not cheap. Let me see. I think it might be. It says there's 3 viewers, though I think you're the only one talking. Speculator Valeria says, "No, I'm still here." Yeah, there you go. So there's at least one more person that's talking. That goes the recap runs, Explicator. Harrington says, "Just playing some Mechabellum." Ooh, what's Mechabellum? Okay, I think we are good as far as the foot. I think I can finally move on to maybe other parts. Rex gets as far as says, "Have you read the fan-made story of the Dornian heresy? Short TLDR, switch loyal and chaos sons in a natural way." I've heard of Dornian heresy. I know there's several alternate takes of the Horus heresy. I think the Dornian one might be the most popular one, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I have heard of it. I haven't read it, but I have heard of it. But I'm always a fan of what ifs. And we have the Chaos Hunters yelling out, "Lurk!" Well, thank you for lurking. Thank you for sticking around. Game Maniac says, personally, I prefer the Rebutian heresy. What is it you like about it? I mean, I don't know the difference. I mean, other than, I guess one will be the War Master. I guess Robute would be the War Master in this case. But what is it you like about it? Game Maniac said that's basically it. So there's very little difference. He does like the fact that Rebute is the War Master in that scenario. Game Maniac says with the Rebutian heresy, it has a lot better reasons for characters falling to chaos, including Gilliman. Ooh, what's Gilliman's reason? Rest gets as far as says, I feel Game Maniac is not much of a Blueberry fan. And Gabe says, Dornian is a little all over the place in my opinion, with characters. I mean, that's how I feel with the regular heresy. Game Maniac says Gilliman essentially had the Arthas from Warcraft 3 treatment. In which version? In the Dornian one or in the Rebutian one? Game Maniac says, no, I'm not a huge Blueberry fan, outside of Titus. I'm more a Dark Angel fan. And Game Maniac says the Rebutian one. Ah, okay. I remember really liking Warcraft 3 and the whole Arthas becoming a Death Knight thing. I thought it was actually a very cool story, yeah. Race gets the forces, I get that. Game Maniac, it's only 75-ish paces, so a lot has to happen. Game Maniac says in Dornian heresy, Gilliman just became renegade, not actually falling to chaos, including. Also, a little bit like what would have been here on Blackheart's story had it not been for them still making him chaos. Because I feel like it would make sense for Wute to go renegade, especially with the fact that he's got McCrag and those systems to worry about. And if he focused entirely on ensuring the safety of his people, not so much of the Imperium, I could see him falling in that way. Resh Gets As Far says, if you got the Arthas treatment, Game Maniac, does that mean that he got the Demon Sword and now Fulgrim? I know nothing of the Gilliman heresy. I don't know if he would get the same outcome. I mean, because I know that if it's the Arthas treatment, it's not like Arthas was possessed by his sword, but more he sought it out to save his people. So I would figure it'd be more along those lines than necessarily just being possessed by the sword. I mean, obviously he became possessed later on and became the Lich King, but that was later. By then he had already fallen. Yeah, I remember really liking Warcraft 3, but I could not beat the Orc campaign. I got stuck so quickly. Rest Gets As Far. So, Rivas, when can we expect the reading streams for Dorian, I guess you mean Dornian and Gilliman Heresy? I mean, if there's enough clamor for it, I'll do it, sure. I wouldn't have figured people would want reading streams from me. I mean, I have several 40k books, mostly Caiaphas Game, but I have other stuff. I think it'd be fun to read the Varagantuan crime series. That's actually a lot of fun to read. I also don't know how people feel about possibly reading that kind of thing. Does it break copyright or whatever? I don't know. And Rexia Safar says, what part in the Orc campaign? I love Warcraft 3. Also, if you do a reading stream, I will be there. Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I can't remember. I just remember that I just kept getting trounced every time. It's been years since I've played it. Hecaton says, but doesn't Gilliman make a second Imperium? And he's responding to Game Maniac there. And Risk gets as far as it sounds like you were fighting the Centaur hero guy. That mission was a pain in the butt, as it is defense and explore mission, which is not really balanced. Yeah, I remember that having to be defending a lot. I couldn't remember, like I said, I can't remember what I was defending or whatever. But yeah, defense sounded like very much like what I had to do. And the original Chaos Hunter says, yes, when the Ruin Storm isolates the 500 worlds. Seems like everybody here has read either of those fan fiction heresies. I'm the only one who has it. Ethan says, I'll be honest, I heard secondhand details, accounts, and it's quite interesting actually. Okay, I guess I might have to do a reading stream at some point then. Chaos Hunter says Rabute consolidates his forces after fighting of Lorgar and Angron's shadow fleets. Conrad Kurz dies by Dorn, and Space Wolf goes blood crazy from Korn. Yeah, that could actually be a good time. I'm definitely considering it. I'll definitely consider that. And we have 101 Asa saying, before that, Rex goes as far says the 500 worlds was Imperial Secundus, Latian for second, and that is base lore, not fan lore. Yeah, and because he did that, he was late when Horus attacked Terra and our bird Primarch died. And then 101 Asa said, who said Conrad died at Dorn? And then Chaos Hunter says, I haven't read either. I'm recounting what happened in the Horus Heresy, sorry. And then 101 says, Conrad died to a freaking assassin, not Dorn. Farius/Omegon died to Dorn. Negaton says, I think Blood Angels fell to Slanesh. And then Reds gets as far clarifies to 101 Asa that's saying, in the fan story. And then 101 Asa says, oh, in the fan story. I don't know the fan story. But yeah, welcome 101 Asa to, I guess, the recounting of the Dornian/Gilliman heresy. while I'm also painting a Tzeentch Marine. But yeah, thank you for coming. I am Interrogator Rosarius at Satum Lady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus. And I hope you're enjoying the show. Hayden says it's a fan story in theory. That's what I heard from secondhand. Gotcha. Then 101 Asa seems to be another person who's read it. Again, I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't read it. Says, I thought only Fulgrim died in the horror and the Dorn heresy. Yeah, I think they're discussing the Gilliman heresy. And Hecate says, I think Major killed a video on it. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that, but I don't remember any of the details. This was years ago when it, so yeah, I'm very hazy. Other than the fact that it's, you know, SWAT, you know, chaos went loyalists and loyalists went chaos. And then Rex gets as far as says, 101 says to 101 Asa, says, want Rivas to do a reading of the Dornian and Gilliman heresy? And then 101 Asa says, no, I haven't read a lick of it. I just heard from friends. Ah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna actually put it up in the vote. I'll put it on there. See, I'm not just gonna put if I should do one or not. I'm gonna put which one I should read first. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a poll, new poll. It'll be 3 options. Should I do a reading stream? And what should I read? Yes, read the Dornian heresy. Yes, read Gilliman heresy. And no, don't read. All right, and I'm starting the poll. I just started the poll. It's on my Twitch. Okay, so where was I? The Chaos Hunter says, I just watched a video theorizing that Dorn may be the Yellow King in the Eisenhorn / Ravenor End series instead of Valdor. It was very interesting take on the available info. I mean, Yellow King, that's very much H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, I haven't read the Eisenhorn. Let me rephrase. I've read book 1 of Eisenhorn, but I haven't read the rest of it. And 101 asks, I myself have a completely wild OC and RP thingy going on, so I don't dip into fanfics in like that much. I prefer my own wild crossover insanity. Woo, what is it you work on, 101 Asa? And yeah, since you like Warhammer, what's your favorite army? And then 7A Rose says, hi, Rojare, whoa, new look. And then Star Eyes, yes, this is my Shifter Guys. It's based off of the Calidus Assassins from Warhammer 40k. In Warhammer 40k, there's 3 different cults of assassins. Well, technically 4, but 3 big ones. 3, I guess, assassination houses. You have the Calidus, you have the Vindicare, And is it the Calixis? The one with the blanks. And yeah, so I base mine off of the Calidus. Since I shift my appearance a lot, thanks to your channel points, which are now called Imperiales, yeah, I figured it'd be very suiting to have this skin. And then Rex as far says, please, no femme primarchs. Those women make the males look calm and cool in comparison. That's what Malgador said. Hagrid says, started listening to the Carcharodon books, but also doing Gaunt's Ghost. But I might give Gaunt's Ghost a bit more because I started listening to them. Okay. I have heard of both those books, and I heard Gaunt's Ghost especially is really good. I need to give those a read at some point. And then 101 says, no, it's only like 2 femmes, 2nd and 11th, and only one goes by she/her, lol. And Somebody Rose said again, hi, Rosario, whoa, new look. Yep, thank you. I'm glad you like it. But how you been, Somebody Rose? And 101 says, and the 11th, her one, is too nice for the Imperial. Lamau. And Kelso just says, God's Ghost series is an excellent read. Sandy Rose says, what's the difference between the 2 books? It's who the lead traitor is in the book. It's either Dorn, as in Rogel Dorn, or Robute Gilliman. So that's the big difference. Those are 2 Primarchs, by the way, from Warhammers. And Kelso just says the YouTuber bases the general plot points for the Yellow King story to the events in the last of the Siege of Terra books. Ah, okay. Well, again, I'll have to give that a read because I'm not too sure. All I know from King of Yellow is, again, that it's more Lovecraftian, though it's his own author who wrote the original book. Because of course, I've never heard of the 2nd and 11th were females. It's more like fan theories that some of them might have been females, and because there's not much known about them, you could just hand wave away and say they are females, but there's nothing concrete saying that they were. I thought they got mind probed and were killed and are now buried under the Golden Palace. Hercules says, what is next, Rosario? Dressing as Angel from King of Fighters? Hey, don't tempt me. And 7 Rose, it was a hard day, but been a good week overall. Oh, happy to hear it, but I'm sorry to hear about the hard day. What happened? If you don't mind me asking. 101 asks, well, no, in canon, 2nd had yellow in his theme, and both were male. That's all we really know. Fan people named the 11th Malebron as Malebron, but Horace could have just easily been trying to say Macador while getting choked. The rest gets as far as fair enough, and then Hekaton says, what is wrong with that, Rosario? Go for it. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Okay. Now that I'm all caught up, back to painting. And we have BD Mini saying hey yo for the first time. How goes it, BD Minis? I'm Interrogator Rosarios at Stimulating Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome Blue and Cute and Painting Minis. I'm currently painting my Tzeentch Marine. But yeah, thank you for swinging by. What brought you by? Do you like Warhammer? I'm guessing by the name BD Minis that you do. And if you do like Warhammer, what is your favorite army? And have you read either of the fan fictions of either the Dornian or the Gilliman heresies? DD Minion says, hey, that Marie looking good. I paint Warhammer, lol. Oh, nice. And I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah, I'm actually very happy with how it's coming along. I've been hopping along from different parts, but I think he's coming out pretty good. And 101 says, our only knowledge on the second personality comes from Fulgrim, who said the second was quiet, competitive, and lacking a sense of humor. Fulgrim felt the second was a hypocrite for calling him arrogant. I feel like anybody calling Fulgrim arrogant is a hypocrite. Because if you look at most of the Primarchs, they're kind of arrogant in their own way. I think the only ones who aren't arrogant are maybe, and I still say maybe, maybe Vulcan, and maybe Jugadai. Diddy Mini says, reminds me that I have to finish my wife's warp coven. Yeah, I am, like I said, this is definitely Tzeentch, so there's gonna be a lot of blue and gold on here. But yeah, this is for my own warband of Chaos Space Marines. I do plan to use the Warp Coven's rules for Kill Team for them. So I was originally gonna go with the Chaos Space Marines generic Kill Team rules, but they don't have them anymore now in 3rd edition. And Chaos Hunter says, one of the Lost Primarchs was actually named in one of the Black Library author works on a discontinued Horus Heresy campaign. Ooh, do we know the name? And we have C49 Seeger 16 saying, hello, hello. Hello, C49 Seeger. I'm interrogator Rosarios at Blade Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. Currently painting my Tzeentch Marine. Thank you for coming. What brings you by? And do you like Warhammer? And then DD Mini says, I have not read them, and I'm Death Guard all the way. Ooh, yeah. Death Guard are a lot of fun. I recently premiered my first ever painted tutorial, and in it I paint Death Guard Plague Marine. Specifically, the one with the Plague Knives for Kill Team 2nd Edition. A lot of my Kill Team ideas are for 2nd Edition, so bear with me. And Didi Mini says, I'm doing her Warp Coven from a deep purple to a wine red. Ooh, that should be a nice transition there. I started with with Nagaroth Knight for the deep recesses of this one. So I would Nagaroth Knight and work my way up to Lothern Blue, and obviously some Ceramite White for the extreme highlights. And then C49 Seeker says, I see, I main Tyranids as my faction. Oh, really? What's your color scheme? And what's your favorite, I guess, unit? And then 101 says, so yeah, we don't know too much at all. It's theorized that either a Lament killed off one or both of the legions for doing something horrific the Imperium couldn't stand for, or for having a gene flaw. So bad that they really couldn't be trusted/used, which says something about. And thank you very much for the follow, Didi Minis. Which says something when the Emperor's Children got a thumbs up whilst having super cancer, and the Blood Angels were literally vampires. Yeah, it's always just been an excuse to make your own, armies. Rex as far as says enslavers. Sorry, I had to find the name. I heard enslaved took control of the 2nd edition and 11th edition and were put down. Sorry, 2nd and 11th and were put down. Not editions. 2nd and 11th legions. True or not, I do not know, but it's how I learned about the monstrous cult enslavers. Chaos Hunter says, Uno momento before. And then 101 says, also like a possibility to get a palette and hand company. Although, also a possibility to get whipped out, to be honest. And Didi says, I did my Death Guard kill team as a palette hand company. Ooh, I don't know that one. I guess it's one of the maybe sub-factions? And then C49 Secret says, what brings me here is just seeing you are painting these Marines when I see a Death Guard helmet and making them still Tzeentch, which there is cool to see. Yeah, I wanted to go with something a little bit more mutated, and I know this one doesn't look all as mutated, but I wanted to go with something that was Tzeentch, but not Chaos Hunters. I'm sorry, not Thousand Suns. So yeah, I started with my Village the Curseling kitbash, and this is my my heavy. Yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. Camera's getting a little twitchy. Alright, there we go. And Chaos Hunter says, you mind me mentioning the YouTuber's channel? No, go ahead. And C4 says, my code scheme is Tyranids, is metallic purple carapace, gray skin, light purple exposed flesh. If you do have an Instagram, please let me know and hit me up on Instagram so that I can check out your color scheme. Be a lot of fun. What a one asks his, so my second is a female-bodied he/him who really likes AI, a valid reason for dad to say GTFO, and he escaped a Lament. My 11th was raised by Eldar Exodites and was just too nice for with a flaw so dangerous. Oh, and before that, Didi says, they're more of the vehicle company, but they are an off-white bone scheme. Oh, so something very similar to the original color scheme, I guess? One says she basically got exiled for because they didn't know if killing her would set something off with it. My second is gray, black, navy blue. Blue used to be yellow. And oh, okay, got it. I was a little confused at what your second mean. Your second based homebrew. Got it. And the 101 is 11 says it's sorry. 101 says, and my 11th is pastel green, pastel gold, and silver and white. Yeah, if you ever feel like sharing pictures, by all means, let me know. Didi says yes, it's closer to the pre-heresy scheme. Ah, I gotcha. And 101 says, I don't own a single mini, lol. I'll guess you use drum. And we have C49 saying, I own... I never counted. Then Didi says, gave you a follow on Insta. Oh, thank you, thank you. And then 101 says, all I got for art is Femme Ferris on the second, as the second, and Femme Sanguinius as the 11th. Ooh, okay. I know they make models of the Femme versions of the Primarchs. So I might be able to make it open. And the C49 says, let's say I have about 1,000 minis. That is a lot of minis. I haven't counted either, so I don't know how many I have. But I don't think I have 1,000. I think I have at most maybe 100. And 101, honestly don't have much of an interest in minis or painting them. Okay, well, that's fine. Hey, it's not for everybody. Do you mostly engage through video games or just the books? And Chaos Hunter said, Codex Unknown, Dorn is the... You also did a lore dive on one of the lost names. I'm looking for it now. Okay, so that's the name of the guy, Codex Unknown. And then 101 says, my true design for the 11th is a dang doll. A second foot tall doll. C49 says, I own Tyrannus, Thousand Sons, Emperor's Children, Chaos Space Marines, Tau, and Firstborn Space Marines. Nice. Especially like the Firstborn Space Marines part. I am so eager to get my hands on the new Red Corsairs minis, because I can make more Firstborn Space Marines that way. Then Didi Mini says, yeah, I think that's one of his most recent videos. I'll have to check it out. We have headphone actor saying, yo, cool model. Fun I could log back into my account, huh? Sorry, I missed the part. Was watching on YouTube all this time. Well, welcome back, headphone. How you been? And then we have C49 says, I have many of the old metal and resin old Chaos miniatures. And same for my regular loyal Marines. Metal and Forge World Dreadnoughts. Oh wow. I don't have any metal models. I feel like they'd be so... I'm like afraid of them a little bit. They seem like too much. Plus I like kitbashing and I feel like a metal model is less prone to that. And headphone says it's been alright. I've just realized I haven't been sharing my camera. Done painting without it, but yeah, this is where we're at. We are almost done, but I don't think we'll have time to finish with the XV88 today. We still have some on his leg and some on his backpack to complete. And then DD Mini says, sorry, hold on. Before he said that, it says, no wait. Headphone says, it's been alright. Currently molding and seething over the data slate for guards. Oh, what happened? What did they do? And Diddy Mini says, my buddy got me some metal Sisters of Battle a couple years ago. Been afraid to touch them. Yeah, I know. Every single time I see those metal models, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to play with this. And C49 says, it's old basic box thread. It is metal. You can just give it adornments. Ah, gotcha. Well, hey, let's again give a look at what we've done today. It's mostly been some messing around with non-metallic metal, and we've been using XV88, so it's looking really good. We still have a little bit more to go, but I think it's looking very cool. Very nice. Diddy Mini says, I really want to get the metal 2nd edition Karn. Yeah, I only know the most recent Karn. I haven't seen the metal one. But yeah, I think that's all the time we have for today. Let's see. If you liked what I do and like to support, please consider subscribing to my Twitch channel or donating to my Ko-Fi at Rosario's Art. If you miss an episode, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is also called Rosario's Art. And remember that if you'd like to commission me to paint a miniature for you, then please hit me up on Instagram over at Rosario's Arts. And yeah, thank you all very much for coming today. It's been a pleasure getting to know so many of you, so many new viewers. I really appreciate you swinging by and having a chat with me and learning so much about the different heresies. Oh, and before we go, let me see what you guys voted on, because I actually didn't see what the votes ended up being. So I'm gonna view the result. And it was 50-50 for the for what I should read next. So they said yes, read the Thorny Heresy, and yes, read the Gilman Heresy. So I guess we're gonna have to read that at some point. I'll see when I can, squeeze it into the schedule. But yeah, let's go ahead and raid. Let's raid Spark Minis. If you guys like major painting, she's also a major painter, and I don't know what she's working on. I think she's working on a Pokeball, actually. So it could be fun to watch. But yeah, Again, reminder that I do also stream on Sundays, so I will see you next Sunday. Anyway, thank you all very much for coming, Varlets. It's always a pleasure to speak to you, and especially to meet a lot of you who are new. And I hope to see you on the next stream. I have been a Tegero side viewers at the Satum Lilikus Markham of the Order Ericus, and I'm signing out from the Gundar feature. Bye bye, Varlets.